Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B, and I'm back with another General Collective Energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So, with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. So, I hope you guys are having a blessed day on today. So I did channel a song, y'all, but before we get into the song, I heard they've been exposed to exposure. So I don't really know what that means. I mean, somebody, could have been exposed to something, you know what I mean? This could be some information. This could be, like to something like a disease. This could be, like somebody, has been exposed to something that they weren't supposed to, be exposed to, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I feel like that whatever is going on, it's going to end up in exposure. If that makes any sense. But going back to the song that I channeled, it's called Wishing on a Star. And the song is by Rose Royce. The song was made in 1977. So somebody, could be born in 1977 or the year of 1977 could be significant to somebody. But the song says, I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. And I wish on all the rainbows that I see. I wish on all the people who really dream. And I'm wishing on tomorrow, praying it'll come. And I'm wishing on all the loving we've ever done. I thought I'd see a time when you would be so far away from me, far away from me. Just think of all the moments that we've spent. I just can't let you go. For me, you were meant. And I didn't mean to hurt you, but I know that in the game of love, you reap what you sow. I feel it's time we should make up, baby. I feel it's time for us to get back together and make the best of things, oh baby. When we're together, whether or never. I feel it's time we should make up, baby. I feel it's time for us to get back together and make the best of things, oh baby. When we're together, whether or never. And then it repeats, I'm wishing on a star. I'm wishing on a star. So, there definitely could be somebody, that, like they want to get back together with somebody. So, yeah, it's giving me, like second chance energy. So, I don't know. I don't want to say, somebody needs to use caution, because it might be a good thing for somebody. I just don't like, what I channeled as far as, like they've been exposed, to some type of exposure. So, let's just hop in and see what's going on. At the bottom of the deck, we got the get ready card. So, somebody needs to get ready out here for something. But when I see this card, like she's walking out of the door, like with some good news. So I feel like that somebody, is going to receive some good news. So that's what somebody, like needs to get ready for regardless. This is also too, like somebody handling business, Somebody, could be like a business owner. So maybe somebody, is going to, like receive some good news when it comes, like to their business or when it comes to, like a job or a career. Because this person has a laptop in their hand. So, I also channeled too, that somebody, yeah, could receive, like some information about some money. So maybe that's why, somebody has a, like a smile on their face. I feel like somebody, yeah, like they know that they've won something, you know what I mean? Or yeah, like they know, that yeah, like something, is going to go their way, Somebody knew that something was going to go their way is what I feel like. And so yeah, I feel like that, like this is just confirmation for somebody. God is the limit. So yeah, I feel like, that, yeah, like whatever, like somebody, has been praying for, I feel like yeah, somebody needs to know, that their prayers, have been heard. Somebody, could be traveling. Somebody, could be, like they could travel for work. Somebody, could be, like a stewardess, or somebody, could work in the airlines. Somebody, yeah, just could be a business person, you know what I mean? And yeah, like they travel for work, Holy Spirit, what is it that we need to know? Yeah, because I'm happy. So yeah, I feel like that there is something, that's going to make somebody happy. So I feel like that, going back to, the get ready. Yeah, somebody just needs to get ready to receive some good news. Somebody, needs to get ready, to, I just heard take their life to the next level. So for somebody, yeah, like somebody's life could be about to, yeah, like go to the next level in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or it could be, like in multiple ways. Yeah, but somebody knows it. This is, yeah, like, like somebody's intuition being on. So somebody knows it. Somebody could, yeah, be feeling, yeah, something, about to happen. So I feel like that, with this, like intuition card coming out, it's giving me, yeah, like somebody needs to, like continue, like to trust their intuition. But I'm also picking up too, with that card coming out, it's giving me, like energy, So yeah, continue, to stay positive, continue, to stay, like in good energy, continue, to, yeah, be around people, that, yeah, like, that, carry good energy, continue, to, yeah, fuel your body mindfully, so eat, high vibing food, you know what I mean? Watch high vibing things, yeah, just keep your energy, like very high at this time. I really feel like something definitely is going to take place like within the next, like 3 days. It could be, like sooner than that. Yeah, something is very close. Something is very near. I don't know. It could have something to do, with real love. Or, somebody, yeah, is about to be shown, like some type of real love out here. But all these cards, are, yeah, like good cards, you know what I mean? Like good energy. So, yeah, continue, to carry the energy, that you've been carrying, And don't let, anything, anybody, you know what I mean? Any place, you know what I mean? Disrupt, like your energy. I feel like that there is somebody, that, yeah, like somebody, could want to make up with somebody, like this could be in like an ex-lover, but it's also, like, yeah, like somebody else. So it could be like a friend, it could be a family member. This is somebody, that, yeah, somebody possibly, like hasn't been communicating with, for a while. This could be, like somebody, that somebody, went to school with, like a childhood friend. Yeah. Yeah. But regardless, of what's going on, yeah, somebody's on the right path. So somebody, is on the right track, when it comes, to, yeah, like their life, somebody's on the right track when it comes, to, their success, somebody's on the right track when it comes to, like going within, when it comes, like to their feelings and their emotions. So somebody's a very balanced individual out here. There's a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's involved. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. I feel like that there is somebody, that, yeah, like, they could be very emotional right now. But I feel like that, yeah, like somebody, could feel, like some energy. So somebody, could feel, like, yeah, like somebody being emotional, or somebody, could feel, somebody. I don't know, for somebody, this could be, yeah, like somebody's twin flame. somebody, could be an empath, and so, yeah, somebody, would just be picking up on, like people's energies as far as, like how they're feeling. Uh-huh. I don't know. There could be, like somebody or some people, that could, yeah, like they could reach out, you know what I mean? And like, how you doing? And, but I feel like somebody just needs to, yeah, use caution with that, Mm-hmm. Because it could be a part of, like some type of tactic. Yeah. Because somebody definitely, yeah, they have some type of, like hurdle, big obstacle to overcome. So with this coming out at the end, it's giving me, yeah, like somebody's on the right track, and then boom, you know what I mean? There's a big obstacle to overcome. So that's why I feel like somebody needs to use caution when it comes, like to people, yeah, like, like trying to show interest in somebody's life, you know what I mean? When they, haven't really, like shown interest in somebody's life, you know what I mean? Or they've only been interested, when stuff goes bad for somebody, you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, things are going good for somebody, and now all of a sudden, like they're interested. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that's involved. There's a earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It says, when the world feels like it is coming crashing down around you, take that as an opportunity to find yourself and let go of who you thought you were. Not all storms come to destroy your life. Some come to clear your path. Decide that this crisis will be the turning point for what you've been waiting for. So I feel like that there has been, like some type of big obstacle, that has been put in somebody's way, you know what I mean? But I feel like that, yeah, like whatever this big obstacle is, I feel like that somebody, has already, like overcome it, or somebody, like is in the process of overcoming it. So if there is somebody, that, yeah, like try to put some type of obstacle in somebody's way, yeah, like somebody's overcoming that obstacle. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, yeah, like if like somebody, feels like, that like everything, like it's coming crashing down on them, it's giving me, yeah, like a tower moment. Yeah, it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen because, yeah, it's supposed to cause a turning point, you know what I mean? So it's supposed to cause, somebody, to make up in their mind, you know what I mean, to change, or, yeah, to go a certain way. And so I feel like that, like whatever's going on, for somebody, yeah, or whatever has been going on, yeah, there's a turning point, you know what I mean? So whatever somebody has been waiting for, whatever somebody has been praying for, yeah, it's closer than somebody thinks. Mm-hmm. If somebody, has been waiting, to come across people, that, yeah, like show real love, you know what I mean? Show real interest, people, that, yeah, like are on the same level as them, you know what I mean? That vibe, that on the same frequency as them. Yeah, I feel like that's about to happen. But in order for, for that to, happen, yes, there's stuff, that needed to, be cleared away. There's stuff that needed to be, addressed. There's stuff, that needed to be handled in order for, yeah, this to happen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in order for bigger and better experiences to come somebody's way. And that's what's happening. It says you may not be able to see it, but great things are coming together for you as you read this. Trust the process and let it unfold in divine timing. Move forward knowing that all is working out just fine. Something about a sister is significant. We picked up on the sister energy the other day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could be seeing the angel number 111. Yeah, somebody's just being told, to, yeah, trust their intuition. But we know that because, yeah, the intuition card came out. It says, now is the time to realize your long-held ideas. You're on the right path to turning your dreams into reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are coming together to support you. Happiness and new opportunities are within reach. Trust the journey and have faith in the process. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what somebody is being asked to do. Have faith and trust the process. Yeah. Opportunities will soon knock at your door. Debt will be wiped clean and your bills will be paid in full. Your finances are about to change. So yeah, I definitely did channel, you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody, like receiving, like some information about some money, receiving some good news about some money. And so, yeah, somebody needs to know, yeah, like their finances are definitely, yeah, about to change. Yeah, and somebody needs to know that, yeah, like this stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. So, yeah, get ready, get ready, get ready. So I feel like whatever, yeah, is coming somebody's way, somebody is going to know, that, yeah, like it's for them. Somebody's going to know, that, yeah, like it was, God, you know what I mean? That, yeah, like made it happen, So it goes back to the message yesterday, the very confusing message, where somebody, like didn't know, yeah, it wasn't clear, if something was for them or somebody was for them. I feel like it's being made clear now for somebody. Yeah. It says, one day when you least expect it, you're going to crash into someone who is going to be so soft and gentle with your heart. And you are going to be so glad that you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you chose to believe it deserved more. Yeah, choice is the most powerful tool you have. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several doors, bringing new experiences into your life. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You are only one choice away. I feel like, when we as a people, yeah, that's why we have free will, we have yes and no. And so, yeah, I feel like that, a part of why we have free will is so that, like we can make, like the wrong choices, you know what I mean? But it's so that we can learn, from making, like the wrong choices, So, yeah, when you make a wrong choice, and it doesn't work out, then, yeah, you realize, that, yeah, like you shouldn't make that choice again because, like it's not going to work out. So that could have happened, yeah, several times in somebody's life, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it could have shut some doors. But somebody definitely needs to know that because, yeah, like they've learned from their mistakes, you know what I mean? They've learned, some lessons, yeah, there's several doors that are opening to somebody. Yeah, you could be seeing the angel number 0808. Somebody definitely is being told to pay attention, like to their intuition, because I feel like somebody's gonna receive, like some downloads, and it could be like within the next 3 days, it's a lot of downloads, and I feel like in those downloads, somebody's gonna be told to take some type of action, and so I feel like somebody needs to take like that action. It says you're entering a phase of expansion. So take immediate action toward your ultimate goals. Financial improvement is on the horizon. And by the way, someone has their eyes on you. Stay focused because the universe is aligning in your favor. Yeah. Somebody's being told to live your life to its fullest potential. Let go of the need for approval from others. Live up to your own expectations and nobody else's. No more selling yourself short. Keep moving forward. You've got this. Yeah. Yeah. It says, if you didn't get something you really wanted at this time, if you feel stuck or feel like things are not going according to your plans, know that something bigger and better is coming. It's something filled with divine magic that couldn't come into your life if you were to receive what you were asking for now. So it goes back, to when we just talked about, like some stuff had to be cleared out, you know what I mean? Some stuff had to be addressed, you know what I mean? Before, this could take place. You could be seeing the angel number 0000. Somebody needs to know that, like they have limitless potential, you know what I mean? So don't put limits on yourself, or you know what I mean? I don't know if that's what somebody or people have been trying to do to somebody, like trying to put limits on somebody. But somebody just needs to know, that God is the limit. It says this is a powerful reminder that anything is possible. If you can dream it, you have the ability to make it a reality. What someone else has can also be yours. Stay calm and trust that what is meant for you will come your way. Release any tension and embrace relaxation, knowing that your potential is boundless. Yeah, and you could be seeing the angel number 0404. It says, pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate and keep healthy boundaries. So yeah, with this card coming out, yeah, it's giving me, like this big obstacle, you know what I mean, that somebody, has to overcome. Yeah, I feel like that somebody just doesn't need to freak out. So it's just a warning, you know what I mean? So I feel like that, yeah, like something, could be being put in somebody's way in order to see, yeah, like if somebody, can handle, yeah, what's coming somebody's way, you know what I mean? The bigger and better. But I feel like somebody is handling it, because if you see this person, is, yeah, like almost over, yeah, like that obstacle. So yeah, somebody just needs to keep going, Don't give up. It's giving me, like, yeah, like somebody being in a tunnel, we got the light at the end of the tunnel card. And so, yeah, like somebody's already in the tunnel. Somebody's 3/4 of the way through the tunnel, but yeah, like because somebody, has been in that tunnel, for a very long time, it seems like, that, yeah, like the light is getting further and further and further. But yeah, it's just in somebody's mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's just, it's giving me, yeah, it's just in somebody's mind, because yeah, like it's right there, you know what I mean? It's closer, than yeah, what somebody thinks. So yeah, somebody just needs to get up out of their mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, think positive, surround yourself with positive, that's why, yeah, the positive energy is being sent somebody's way to make sure that somebody, like stays in that energy. We got a Cancer, so you could be a Cancer, have Cancer in your chart, or there's a Cancer involved. There definitely is a friend that's involved. There's an older woman. There's a Taurus. There's an Aquarius. There's an Aries, Libra, Pisces, Scorpio, Heavy Aquarius, Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini, and Capricorn. Oh no, be aware. Because at the bottom of the deck we got an angry individual. So be aware of an angry individual. This is like yeah, an angry ancestor. So I don't know. Be aware, of like, yeah, like people, yeah, be aware of like people around you. You know what I mean? Because it's giving me, like, yeah, like, like, yeah, like people's energy, like rubbing off, you know what I mean, on, like, yeah, other people. So be aware, of, yeah, like people's negative energy, like rubbing off on you. I feel like yeah, like somebody, could feel it. Somebody definitely, yeah, could feel some stuff going on. So this could be, yeah, like within other people. Yep. But with this angry, like angry ancestor coming out, it's giving me, yeah, like somebody's ancestor is angry. And it could be, yeah, when it comes, to, yeah, like, because somebody, is feeling some stuff. So somebody's not supposed to be feeling some stuff. So this could be, people up in somebody's energy that's not supposed to be in somebody's energy, Yeah, like they could have been warned, to stay away, to stay out of somebody's energy, It's giving me, yeah, like, people, like, yeah, crossing the gun line, you know what I mean? Y'all know in the movie Life, like, yeah, you cross the gun line, yeah, it's over, It's a boundary, you know what I mean? So, yeah, people, like, overstepping their boundaries, and it could cause somebody to be nervous, or, it could cause somebody, it could put somebody, like, yeah, like, in a certain type of energy that somebody, like, shouldn't be in. Or, yeah, there's just people, that, yeah, like, they shouldn't be up in somebody's energy, you know what I mean? Yeah, because these are people, that, yeah, like they could have crossed somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the follower of Jesus, lover of God card. So something about, yeah, religion. I don't know. There's some religious people out here, or yeah, like you could be a religious person, but it's something about, yeah, religion. Mm-hmm. This is also too, yeah, like a headstone. So something definitely, yeah, is ending. So this is like, yeah, like a cycle, in somebody's life, it's ending. A phase in somebody's life is ending. Yeah, heartache and pain is ending. Mm-hmm. But something about, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, and then we got the half truth, which is a whole lie. So somebody done told a half truth out here. And so, yeah, it's being considered as a whole lie. Uh-huh. Yeah, somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a C or a O. Somebody knows, you know what I mean, some stuff. Somebody knows that somebody told a half truth or a whole lie, or excuse me, a half truth, which is a whole lie. Somebody knows that, yeah, like somebody, like crossed them. Or that's why somebody came out angry, because now they know, you know what I mean? Somebody, could have allergic reaction to something. So somebody, could be, yeah, like allergic to some stuff, and somebody, yeah, like they could drink it or they can eat it, and yeah, like they have allergic reaction, or yeah, worse. Yeah. This is the police card. So I don't know. Somebody, could have told a half truth, to get the law involved with something. But we got COP. So somebody definitely is a cop out here. Or something about, yeah, the police. Or somebody, was trying to cop out. I don't know. Somebody, yeah, could be trying to cop a plea. Because that's also what I'm picking up as well. So, But this is also too, yeah, like not casting your pearls before swine. So it's something about, yeah, because we've talked about that, multiple times. We looked into it, and so, yeah, it's kind of, it's giving me, yeah, like like somebody, has shared some wisdom and knowledge, you know what I mean? Somebody, has shared, some information to help, people, to, yeah, make their lives better, and yeah, like they ignore the information, you know what I mean? They ignore the advice. So if that's the case, then somebody possibly, yeah, they could be, like in some type of situation. Somebody Chinese zodiac sign could be, yeah, of a pig. But I feel like that there is somebody or some people, like that they were warned, you know what I mean, to like, yeah, stay out of somebody's energy. Somebody, could have warned, some people themselves, it don't have to necessarily be somebody's spiritual team. So this is like, yeah, somebody telling some people, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Go on, live your life, I'm living mine, live yours. I feel like that there's people that, yeah, like they don't have a life to live, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that, like they have a life, you know what I mean? But yeah, like they're more focused on, somebody else's life, or they're more focused on, yeah, other things rather than, yeah, living their life, you know what I mean? Trying to, yeah, get their life right, try to figure out, yeah, how to, like, yeah, make their life better. Somebody could be born in 1947, 1959, 1971, 1983, 1995, 2007, 2019 could be significant, or the year of 2031 could be significant. So yeah, 2031, yeah, it's the future. So that's like, yeah, 5 years. Yeah, we got divine intervention. So the divine definitely is intervening on, like this situation, or yeah, intervening on somebody's behalf. But yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, could have been told, to, yeah, like stop doing this, stop, calling them, stop, watching them, or whatever. Or this is like, yeah, like somebody, being told, like they have some type of health issues, you know, and so somebody was told, yeah, stop eating, you know, fatty foods, stop eating all those sugars, and yeah, somebody, you know, keeps doing it, you know what I mean, after they've received a warning, and so yeah, what they think is gonna happen, you know, you don't take heed to the warning, and so yeah, you find out, you know, I don't know, there's somebody or some people that definitely, yeah, could be in the freak around and find out energy, so they could be about to freak around and find out, you know, something. But it goes back to, yeah, somebody, you know, has been exposed by some exposure. Or whatever, yeah. And it came out again. It fell on the floor. Yeah, somebody's Chinese zodiac sign definitely, yeah, could be a pig. But something about, yeah, like, yeah, like the law getting involved. I just heard if it looks like a pig, if it oinks like a pig, it's a pig. So yeah, same stuff, different day is what I feel like when it comes to some people. So there could be some people, you know, that yeah, like they live their life, you know, to where yeah, it's always chaos, havoc, and pandemonium. You know what I mean? The law is always involved, or yeah, like somebody just yeah lives some type of lifestyle to where yeah, the law is involved. But somebody's all cap. Somebody's a liar out here, so yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, they told a half truth, which is a whole lie. I'm also picking up too that yeah, like, you know, like somebody, you know, could have yeah, like shared some information with somebody or some people. And I feel like that they didn't, you know, yeah, like implement it, you know, into their life. And so, yeah, they could look at that person like, well, they're a liar, you know. But, yeah, like they haven't even tried whatever it is that somebody told them, you know, to, yeah, do. So it's kind of like how they going to call somebody a liar when they haven't even, you know, like tried it. So I don't know. This is like, yeah, like somebody telling somebody, you know, yeah, well, why don't you, you know, like try praying, you know what I mean? Try fasting, or, you know, yeah, try, you know, like something different. And so somebody, yeah, like they ignored it. And then, you know, they go back and say, yeah, well, my prayers ain't being heard, or, you know, yeah, what's the point of praying, you know? And yeah, like somebody will never find out if they don't pray, you know? Yeah, somebody, you know, could be a painter. Somebody definitely, yeah, creating an illusion, or yeah, like somebody's been creating illusions out here. It definitely could have something to do, you know, with, yeah, like their productivity, or, you know, like what they're creating, you know? I don't know, somebody, you know, could have, yeah, like created some type of illusion, and it has something to do with a child or some children. But I really feel like that, yeah, there's somebody, some people, you know, that, yeah, like, they're not productive in their life, you know what I mean? They're not creating, you know, like great things in their life, you know? And so instead of them, you know, yeah, putting in work and effort to, you know, create, you know, and be productive, you know, yeah, they just create illusions like that they're, you know, yeah, like that they are being productive, like they are, you know, like creating. Yeah. Yeah, there is somebody out here, you know, that, yeah, like they claim, you know, that they're taking care of their responsibilities, you know. They claim, yeah, somebody's claiming that they do one thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, like they really do another thing, and they're expecting, you know, yeah, results, you know. So yeah, somebody is, you know, laying on the couch all day expecting, you know, for, yeah, like them to, you know, open up their bank account, you know, and find $1 million in it. But in order for you to, yeah, see the $1 million, yeah, you have to put in work. I feel like, you know, the yeah, like somebody, you know, yeah, like is an adventurer, you know what I mean? Or somebody, yeah, like somebody's not, you know, like scared, you know, to, yeah, get out of their comfort zone. Somebody's not scared to try new things. I feel like that, yeah, whoever, you know, like this is, they are. And that's why they're stuck. Yeah. I don't know. We got a witch at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, you know, could be a witch. There's a witch involved. Or somebody, you know, yeah, could be calling somebody a witch, but somebody just needs to be aware. But with this cross card coming out, it's giving me, yeah, like, something definitely, yeah, could happen to somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, to the witch. Somebody's name could be Taylor. Yeah, somebody's just being told, to, like, pay attention to some type of details out here. I just heard the devil is in the details. So, yeah, be aware. So somebody, could be about to receive, some downloads, or somebody, is about to receive some information. Somebody needs to pay attention to the details. There's a prideful individual out here. There's a prideful individual out here. Or, yeah, people are operating, like out of their pride, out of their ego. Yeah. I don't know. Be aware, because we got the brawler that came out. So somebody definitely, somebody, could want to fight. But yeah, like when these pigs come out, it gives me, like, we talked about it the other day in another message, how Jesus, exorcised the demons, you know what I mean? And yeah, threw them, into, like the pigs. Something about, some demons. I don't know. There could be somebody, that feels like that somebody, like lacks empathy out here. And so somebody, like wants some type of confrontation. So there could be somebody or some people that, they feel like that somebody doesn't care. But this is after, somebody, then gave advice, then gave, wisdom, then gave knowledge, you know what I mean? Then gave, whatever it is that they're going to give. So, I don't know, somebody, like could fight the police. And then we got the hunter. I don't know, it's giving me, the hunter being hunted. So whoever it is, has been stalking somebody, harassing somebody, I feel like that they're being hunted. Yeah, we got the witch again. So I don't know. Yeah, pay attention, to, like, the people that you're around, you know what I mean? Because I feel like like, because, like, somebody, like, is a divine being, like, you come across a witch, you gonna know if you come across a witch, you know what I mean? If you come across a warlock, you gonna know. It's a feeling, your intuition, But I feel like like, there's somebody, like, they done came across somebody or some people, and they didn't know what they, who they came across. So they didn't know, like who they, like got involved with is also what I'm picking up. But somebody definitely is about to receive their flowers. I feel like there is somebody that's going to pass away. It definitely is a witch. Somebody definitely is about to receive their flowers though. Because with this, like this headstone and this flowers, this is like, a funeral. But I feel like that if that's the case, then it's giving me like somebody knows, you know what I mean? They were warned, you know what I mean? To go on somewhere. Yeah. Somebody has already cut some type of cord, or somebody has already like like resisted the devil, and so when you resist the devil is supposed to flee, somebody, could have just been, like rejecting, people, places, and things, you know what I mean? And so, rejection, is, somebody's protection. So I feel like whoever, decided to, cross the gun line, they're about to mess around and find out that they shouldn't have crossed the gun line. They shouldn't have crossed boundaries. They shouldn't have, like crossed somebody in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Because somebody definitely is about to, receive some type of disappointment. Ooh. Yeah, somebody mad. Somebody mad. Yep. And there goes that tower. So somebody definitely is about to go through a tower moment, and it's in the reverse. So this is a bad tower moment. Yep. Somebody doesn't have a solid foundation. Somebody's not getting success out here. Or whatever they're doing, that like they're not, it's not doing, what they wanted to do. Or this could be somebody, like trying to, like control somebody, you know what I mean? But yeah, like the person that they're trying to control, yeah, they're not to be controlled. There is somebody that definitely, yeah, they can't control their energy. I mean, excuse me, they can't control their anger. I don't know, somebody possibly, yeah, they can't control their energy, which means that, yeah, their chakras are all over the place. Somebody's chakras are imbalanced, or yeah, somebody's chakras are just blocked. Yeah, there could be, like some finger pointing going on. Yeah, somebody just needs to be aware, because I feel like when it comes, like somebody, receiving some downloads, you know what I mean? Or some type of information, it could be a warning for somebody. But I really feel like that somebody, has already, like paid attention to some type of warning or some type of warning signs, because with all the cards that came out, in the beginning, yeah, it's letting me know, that somebody, like has a high level of awareness out here. So there is somebody that possibly, yeah, they gotten some type of warning of a problem, either now or in the near future. But somebody just needs to, yeah, regardless, yeah, like stay on their P's and Q's. Yeah. Because somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to, yeah, go through some type of sorrow over some type of loss out here. It's a lot of flower energy. I'm also picking up too, going back, to like this warning, you know what I mean? Like for whoever, like this message is resonating with, yeah, you know what I mean? You've already, like cut the cord on some stuff out here. And so, yeah, don't try to, take the cord back together, you know what I mean? Don't try to, yeah, because I feel like that could bring, like some type of sorrow to somebody. You know what I mean? It's giving me, yeah, like obedience. So maybe, like, yeah, like with this, like obstacle, you know what I mean? That somebody, is like almost getting over. It's giving me, yeah, like a small, quiz or test to see, like what somebody's going to do. So I feel like, that somebody, yeah, just needs to, like stay focused. Yeah, we got blocked chakras. So somebody's chakras are blocked, for sure. Yeah. But somebody's life definitely is about to change in a big way. I feel like it's whoever it is, you know what I mean? They are in that freak around and found out energy. But it's also, yeah, like whoever, like this message is resonating with, because, yeah, at the beginning of the message, we already, talked about everything, like it's about to take place for somebody. It's closer than somebody, than somebody thinks. And so, yeah, when it comes to, like somebody, like cutting, like a cord, you know what I mean? Yeah, the cord is already being cut, somebody, could be rejecting for their protection, and I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, people, yeah, they still been, like coming for somebody, yeah, they still been, yeah, crossing the gun line, you know what I mean? They still been, yeah, like, overstepping their boundaries. And so, yeah, like somebody is being freed from this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, don't try to take the cord back together, you know what I mean? Don't try to, yeah. So it's something about, yeah, like there's some people, that, yeah, like they want to make up with somebody, or, like they want to, yeah, like come back together with somebody. But, yeah, like somebody's being totally freed from this. So that's what somebody needs to know. And I feel like yeah, like if somebody, yeah, like does want to, like try to, like make up with somebody, I feel like yeah, like that's a no. It's not supposed to happen. Yeah. It's giving me, yeah, like whoever these people are, yeah, like they've been around, yeah, certain energies, you know what I mean? Yeah, like they've been exposed to be exposed. And so it's kind of like whatever they have been exposed to, yeah, if somebody, like is exposed to it, like whoever, like this message is resonating with, yeah, it could cause your life to change, in a big way, but not, yeah, like in a good way. So, yeah, trust your intuition, you know what I mean? But, yeah, like use your common sense. This is like people that have crossed somebody, have lied to somebody, has stole from somebody, when somebody, has given, like they've given, like literally everything that they could to these people, and like they still did, like somebody the way that they did somebody. Why would you, attach the cord back? Or why would you, want to, like make up with these people? You can love them from a distance. You can care about them from a distance. Maybe that's why some people feel like somebody doesn't have empathy, because, like somebody's not showing these people, the love the way that they used to show them. Somebody's not showing these people the attention that they used to show them. And somebody needs to continue to, not do so. Because that would be, giving your energy away, giving your time away, giving, what God has given you away. You know what I mean? And these people haven't earned it. They haven't earned, your real love. As a matter of fact, or your unconditional love. As a matter of fact, like took it for granted. They didn't earn, what you, have already given them. You know what I mean? And like they just want it for free. Ain't nothing in this world for free. Not even air, not water. Not the fruit, what I mean, that we should be able to go pick off trees, and eat freely. No, it's in the grocery stores. And a bag of apples costs $6.99. Ain't nothing free. So, be aware, because there is somebody that definitely, they could want to open up to somebody. But the fact of the matter is, somebody's being freed from this. Yep, so somebody's being told to, stay positive. But I feel like whoever it is that wants, like somebody that wants to open up to somebody. I mean, somebody, they could communicate with whoever it is, but it ain't, to give advice. It ain't to, the only advice that somebody, should be given to whoever this is, stay positive. You know what I mean? Keep your head up, I feel like that there is somebody, that has been lying as to why they haven't been communicating with somebody. They've been lying, as to why, they've been lying. And then we got guardian angels. So, there are some guardian angels that definitely, are surrounding somebody. And somebody's about to receive some insight. So, regardless of, if somebody wants to open up to somebody or not, somebody's about to receive, some insight. Somebody's also about to receive some insight that, when it comes to, like, their intuition, like, what their intuition was telling them, it was right, you know what I mean? What somebody, was feeling, it was right, So if, somebody was feeling off when it comes to, like, some people, somebody's, somebody's energy, somebody's intuition, was telling them, something was going on. But I feel like because somebody, has been trusting their intuition, somebody's being freed from this. So this is like, like people, like knowing that, like somebody's, they're literally, not going to communicate with us ever again. So we better hurry up and get over there, you know what I mean, before, the good stuff start taking place. Or, they could already see some good stuff start taking place in somebody's life. But it don't have to necessarily be, like financially. They could just see somebody, like, losing weight, in all the right places, They could be seeing somebody's skin glowing, They could be seeing, like certain things, like taking place, in somebody's life, And so, that's their, that's their cue. Or we better go over there and try to, like get back, with them, or, try to get back in, like in their good graces, before, like, because we know something that's good is about to take place. These are people that, are really envious and jealous of somebody. These are some people, that, like, definitely, are sending somebody the evil eye. I feel like that there are people, that, like they could be, these are people that, like they try to tell people, stuff, you know what I mean? Like, these are people, that, like, they ain't never really went through nothing, you know what I mean? But, they're the first ones that want to tell people about life, But in order for you to, teach people about life or help people through life, you got to go through some stuff. So, just be aware of, like, who you're around. Be aware of, like, what you're watching, like, especially on social media, Because it's giving me, like, people, like, and I'm just using this as an example. So there's, like, some people, like they have degrees, just say, like psychology degrees, you know what I mean? But like these people, like they haven't went through, like a lot, you know what I mean? They haven't went through, stuff in their life, you know what I mean? And it's good to have these degrees, but like if you don't have life experience when you have degrees, then like you're just basically, like, you're trying to teach people, with knowledge, you know what I mean? Not with wisdom, you know what I mean? So something, about that is significant, It's kind of giving me, like people, like they have knowledge, you know what I mean? Yeah, because they Google stuff, because they use chat GPT or whatever it's called, trying to tell somebody, that has wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom first, and knowledge, you know what I mean? And they're trying to tell that person, about life, or you know what I mean? So, somebody's just being told, don't doubt yourself. So there's people that definitely, they wanted somebody to doubt themselves. Somebody's being told, don't doubt your intuition, don't doubt, what you know what I mean? Don't doubt, that, like you're on the right path. Don't doubt, your relationship, with the Most High God or with Jesus, or, like your ascended master, your spiritual team, your guardian angels. There's a fated event that definitely is about to take place. So I feel like there's somebody or some people that could be trying to come back around, right before like this fated event, is about to take place. There's also somebody, that could be trying to, like reach out to somebody, but they could be trying to use unknown phone numbers, or like their phone number could, like when it pops up on somebody's phone, it can say like unknown caller. All right, so don't doubt yourself. Stay positive, because whoever like this message is resonating with, like you could have picked up on this before they could do it. So okay, that's why all these good cards came out. So with that being said, somebody picked up on it before they could do it. Somebody's people were given some type of warning, or there's somebody or some people that like they were alerted that somebody knows what's going on. So it makes sense why the angry ancestor came out. And we do have the cross card that came out. So this is somebody that could ignore somebody's no. So somebody has rejected for their protection. You know what I mean? Somebody has resisted the devil, and the devil is supposed to flee. But I feel like the devil could be like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So they overstepped their boundaries. The devil could have been like, don't go over there. They didn't listen to the devil. I feel like that whoever this is, they think that they're untouchable, or they think, This is like somebody, like somebody being warned, like somebody has warrants, and I'm just using this as an example. And so, somebody, is warned, don't go around the corner because, it's police around there. You know what I mean? And so somebody's like, oh, they not going to touch me. They not going to touch me. And so, somebody goes around the corner, and then, when they get around the corner, somebody yells their name, Joe. And then, like it puts, the attention on that person. And so, the person looks suspicious, and so, then the police, they divert their attention from what they're doing to, Joe. You know what I mean? And so then Joe finds himself in a sticky situation because, if Joe would have listened, then Joe wouldn't be in the position that Joe was in. Somebody's name could be Joe. But we got an earth angel. So whoever, this message is resonating with, you could be an earth angel. I don't know. There could be somebody or some people that, they could be about to receive some insight, that somebody, is an earth angel. So, somebody was sent, was put on this earth, you know what I mean, and sent, into, like their lives to help them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I feel like like because somebody or some people, like they ignored somebody's no, or because, they felt like, they could overstep their boundaries and nothing was going to happen, they wanted to be in the F around and find out energy. I feel like that they're about to receive some insight that, like they, were effing around and now they're finding out that somebody's an earth angel. So whatever they were doing to somebody, they possibly, could be scared now. And their quick decision, leads to their downfall. So going back to when we use the example of Joe, so in Joe's mind, I'm untouchable. you know, and instead of Joe, you know, yeah, stopping and thinking, well, you know, do I really want to go back to jail, you know, or prison, or, you know, do I really want to, you know, yeah, put myself in this position? Yeah, Joe just decides to do it, you know, yeah, because Joe wants a name, or Joe wants, you know, yeah, people to look at Joe, you know, as strong, or, you know what I mean, Joe about that life. Nah, nah, nah. Yeah, whoever this is, they're out of control. So yeah, going back to when I picked up, yeah, like somebody fighting the police, you know what I mean? So it gives me, yeah, not only is Joe, you know, have warrants, you know what I mean, that's already, you know, pending, or, you know, already, you know, yeah, for some other charges, then Joe decides to fight the police. So yeah, obstruction of justice. Joe decides, you know, to disturb the peace, you know what I mean? So that's another charge. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's adding up charges, you know what I mean? Somebody's stacking up charges. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be stacking up karma. But whoever this is, yeah, they dug their grave, and now they have to lay in it. But this could also be going on, you know, so as far as, yeah, somebody's path being cleared, you know, because somebody's being freed from whatever this is. So yeah, whoever still wants to stand in front of, you know, like in somebody's path, like, oh, we ain't moving. Oh, we ain't moving, but they done already overstepped boundaries. They already, you know, yeah, were told to get on. So yeah, so that's why an angry ancestor came out like, yeah, you ain't gonna move? Okay, well, we'll just come in like a wrecking ball. Yeah. And so whatever, you know, yeah, whatever is happening or whatever is about to happen, yeah, when they ask you how it happened, just tell them God works. We got an angry ancestor out here. We got guardian angels. You know, yeah, we got the, you know, follower of Jesus, lover of God card out here. So yeah, yeah, we got a brother. So there's a brother involved. Somebody, you know, could be about to receive some insight, and it has something to do with somebody's brother. I don't know, somebody's brother's life is about to change in a big way, or somebody's life is about to change in a big way, and it has something to do with, yeah, like their brother. I don't know. For somebody's brother could have passed away. Or somebody, you know, could find out that somebody in their family passed away, or somebody in somebody's family passed away. Yeah, we got intuition. So, yeah, trust your intuition. That's the third intuition card that came out. Trust your intuition. But somebody definitely, yeah, their quick decision leads to their downfall. Yeah, they didn't trust their intuition. So, yeah. They use their own mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it goes back to, yeah, free will, you know? We don't have to trust our intuition, but at the end of the day, that's there to help us, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, somebody ignored their intuition. We got a Leo, so you could be a Leo or have Leo on your chart, or there's a Leo involved. Yeah, there's somebody that definitely, yeah, they abandoned their personal values. So yeah, they dug their grave, and now they have to lay in it. And then, yeah, there goes that unknown caller. So yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, could reach out to somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it could pop up as unknown caller or private, you know, number, private caller or whatever. But this is also giving me too, yeah, because we got cop out here. So something about, yeah, like you know, like somebody receiving a phone call from like a detective. I don't know. There definitely, yeah, could have been people, you know, where they minimize somebody's expertise. So it goes back to, yeah, somebody no longer casting their pearls before swine. There's people that are about to, yeah, receive some insight that, yeah, they minimize somebody's expertise. So this is like, you know, yeah, like, you know, people not even knowing, you know, that, yeah, like the police is around the corner. You know what I mean? But then, you know, yeah, like somebody picks up on it. You know what I mean? Somebody picks up on something, you know, yeah, around the corner. It's you know, like somebody knows that something is around the corner. Somebody knows, you know, that, yeah, like it's trouble around the corner. So somebody tells somebody, like, don't go around the corner. And somebody's like, I'll do what I want to do. And somebody's like, okay, I try to help you. I try to warn you. Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, with that being said, it's giving me, you know, like, yeah, like somebody, you know, yeah, they try to warn, You know what I mean? And so, yeah, because somebody knows that, yeah, somebody didn't listen, or, yeah, whatever somebody who know has picked up on before, yeah, it could take place. Yeah, somebody, has just been standing in their place, running their race. Uh-huh. But it's also giving me too, yeah, people, being envious and jealous of somebody, and somebody's just staying in their place, running their race, you know what I mean? They ain't overstepping their boundaries, they ain't crossing the gun line, yeah. People sending somebody the evil eye, yeah, and somebody's just staying in their place and running their race. Uh-huh. But there's somebody, that, yeah, or some people that minimize somebody's expertise because, yeah, they, yeah, it's giving me, like somebody, yeah, standing in their place and running their race. So it gives me, yeah, like going back, to somebody knowing that's, yeah, trouble is lurking around the corner. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, how would they know? They're not around the corner. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that there are some people that, yeah, like they are going to realize that, yeah, like intuition is real. Maybe they just don't hear, yeah, like their intuition, or, I don't know. But yeah, going back to the block chakras, yeah, it makes sense why somebody's not hearing, clearly, seeing clearly, moving clearly, yeah. Yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, they took a bad deal. So this could have something to do with copping a plea, because we did talk about that, you know what I mean? Somebody, could have, yeah, like made a bad deal, we saw the witch. Somebody definitely made a bad deal. So whoever it is, yeah, they want to open up to somebody because they made some type of bad deal out here. It could be, yeah, with the devil. So, yeah, it goes back to, yeah, like the devil saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Because, yeah, they got to pay up anyway. Uh-huh. We got a toxic masculine. So, yeah, there's a toxic masculine that's involved. There could be a toxic masculine that wants to, like open up to somebody. But I'm also picking up, too, that there is somebody else that wants to open up to somebody about a toxic masculine. But whatever, yeah, whatever, yeah, is taking place, yeah, somebody picked up on it before, yeah, like they could do it. Yeah, somebody's also been stopped in their tracks. We got a Cancer, so you could be a Cancer, have a Cancer in your chart, or there's a Cancer involved. I don't know, somebody, could find out, that somebody has Cancer. But this is also, too, yeah, like somebody, like ignoring somebody's no. So, yeah, they're a Cancer. They just won't go away. Uh-huh. Yeah. So somebody, yeah, could be plotting their next move. But somebody, already picked up on, yeah, whatever this is before, yeah, like they could do it. So whatever somebody, was trying, so like plan A, somebody picked up on plan A before they could do it. So somebody, could be plotting their next move. But I feel like like it's going to lead to their downfall. That's that quick decision. Somebody keeps making quick decisions, and yeah, like it leads to their downfall. I don't know, somebody, yeah, like thinks that, like somebody, is going to clean up their mess, or, you know what I mean? Somebody's going to, yeah, try to figure out how to get them out of their grave that they dug. I feel like there is somebody, that, yeah, like they want to open up to somebody, or they want to say something to somebody, but it's to get them to say something to somebody. So somebody just, yeah, Yeah, we got health issues. So somebody definitely, yeah, could have some health issues out here. Somebody's health issues definitely, yeah, could be out of control. But it goes back to when I picked up, like somebody, yeah, could have been told, yeah, eat more healthier, you know what I mean? Stop eating all that sugary stuff, or, yeah. And I feel like that somebody was like, well, whatever. If somebody, yeah, was trying to cause somebody health issues in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I feel like yeah, like somebody's being freed from that as well. But whoever, yeah, like they, have been, like, yeah, doing this too, yeah, they're an earth angel. I'm also picking up too that there is somebody, like they could be trying to use their health issues, as like a it's like a like to their advantage. So somebody could be like, well, I got health issues, and I ain't got no money, and I need to, get this medicine or whatever. Yeah, somebody just needs to be aware, because somebody's a liar out here. Somebody's in trouble. You know what I mean? It ain't like, like they just want, like they really want help or sympathy. No, they're in trouble. Yeah, somebody could be born in 1967. I feel like that there is somebody, they possibly could be realizing that they dug their grave and now they have to lay in it, and they're mad. Yeah, they're furious. They're full of rage. Somebody, could receive, like a phone call, and somebody, like could just be screaming, and you know what I mean? Yeah, like, they're out of control. So somebody just needs to be aware. Somebody, could have to go to court, because I just saw court arraignment. So somebody, could have to go to court. Somebody, could be born in the 80s. I don't know. We got folding under pressure. So there could be somebody, that, could be folding under pressure. This could be the pressure of the world. This could be pressure, from, people around them. But I feel like that whoever this is, like they put pressure on somebody in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And now they could be, wanting some type of forgiveness. Or they could be, like trying to, like ask, like somebody for forgiveness. But it's only because, a catastrophe is about to happen. We got a Capricorn, so you could be a Capricorn, or there's a Capricorn involved. Yeah, so a part of somebody's, like plotting their next move, it's because, they couldn't do what it is that they needed to do, or they were trying to do, and so, they could be trying to recruit others. But whoever this is, they're going to be stopped in their tracks anyway. Yep. Because, somebody's going to pick up on it. Yeah, something stinks. Something ain't right. You know what I mean? Yeah, they ain't moving right. They ain't sounding right. They ain't smelling right. Yeah. Pay attention, to what you see, hear, feel, smell. But somebody definitely, they have some type of health issues, and something stinks on somebody. So I don't know. It's somebody's body. Somebody, could have body odor. I don't know, but it's giving me, like evil pouring out of somebody's pores, or it could be like, like the smell of pork or onions, or I don't know what this is, but it's a lot going on in this message. Whew. We got warrant for their arrest. So I was picking up on, warrant energy. So somebody definitely, could have a warrant for their arrest out here. We got a Taurus. So you could be a Taurus. I have Taurus in your chart, or there's a Taurus involved. Yeah, something about a GUN is significant. Something about IHOP is significant. Somebody, could like work at IHOP, or like something, could take place like at a restaurant. Yeah, whatever is going on, just know that, like you have outgrown this. So you have outgrown these people, you know what I mean? You have outgrown, you have outgrown, a situation, a place, a people, you have outgrown this. If somebody, like they want a second chance, like you've outgrown it, like this could be an ex-lover, this could be, family members, friends, but you outgrown them, you've outgrown, relationships that you've had, like with these people, you know what I mean? You've outgrown, this. You could be physically and emotionally drained, you know what I mean? And so, with that being said, I feel like like you feel it, you know what I mean? So it's so going back, to somebody, has already, like cut the cord. So you've outgrown it, you've cut the cord, and you're done being physically and emotionally drained. I feel like that there is somebody, some people that, yeah, like they're physically and emotionally drained. So that could be why some people want to make up with somebody, because, yeah, they want to, feed off of somebody's energy. Somebody, could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusper. Yep. So be aware, because there definitely is somebody that's coming in with small talk. Whoever this is, they could be somebody, that, yeah, like, that smiles up in somebody's face, but, yeah, like, they really want to take somebody's place. Yeah, there definitely is somebody that, yeah, they want to ask for a second chance, or, yeah, this is somebody, that's already, been given some type of second chance, and, yeah, they blew it. Yeah. Whoever this is, yeah, they believe that things come fast and easy. So, yeah, this is somebody, that lives a certain type of lifestyle. They don't want to put in work, but, they want benefits, They don't want to, yeah, they want to lay on, the couch all day, but they expect, yeah, good things, to, yeah, come to them. I don't know. This could be somebody, that, yeah, like they could be quick to point out somebody's flaws, you know what I mean? So it goes back to, yeah, like somebody, just using, yeah, like the example that I use, so somebody, yeah, they might have a degree in psychology, but, yeah, like, just anybody can, like, go to college, you know what I mean, and get a degree, is what I'm saying. Anybody, could, yeah, put on, yeah, like the doctor's coat, you know what I mean? And, yeah, act like a doctor. It don't mean, that, yeah, like they, really are qualified to be a doctor. And what I mean is, yeah, they could be qualified on paper, like have a degree, you know what I mean? But, yeah, like mentally, physically, emotionally, yeah, they're not qualified. But this is somebody, that, yeah, like they're not qualified to point anything out about somebody, because, yeah, they ain't checked themselves. As a matter of fact, they wrecked themselves trying to point out, somebody else's flaws. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, the person, that, yeah, they could be trying to point out their flaws to, already, yeah, has made peace with their flaws. Like, what? I mean, any real person, any person, that has gone within, yeah, they know that they have flaws. Everybody has flaws. So whoever this is quick to point out other people's flaws, yeah, what they had. Yeah, this is somebody, that, yeah, they definitely, yeah, show fake empathy. Or this is somebody, that, yeah, they're going to try to show some type of fake empathy, you know what I mean? But it goes back to when I picked up, yeah, people, yeah, like, yeah, like wasn't interested in somebody's life, you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden they are, you know what I mean? Yeah, trying to show fake empathy. But I feel like that too, yeah, like somebody, yeah, they feel like that somebody, yeah, like shows fake empathy. But at the end of the day, yeah, one, somebody has outgrown this. Two, somebody is physically and emotionally drained from this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like somebody, yeah, is just choosing to stay in their place and run their race. But this is after, yeah, somebody done already gave advice, shared wisdom and knowledge, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's giving me, yeah, like somebody has already, yeah, like filled some people's, cups up, filled some people's plates up. And so, yeah, they yeah, they chose, to empty the cups and the plates, you know what I mean? Not knowing, yeah, we're going to get their next fill up their next plate. And so, yeah, they think that they can come back, and get filled up off of, yeah, whoever like this message is resonating with. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, you've already picked up on it before they could do it. So I feel like yeah, because you've already picked up on plan A, now, yeah, somebody's trying to implement plan B. This is somebody, that somebody, could be blocked from social media. Somebody could have blocked from social media. We got a passed over family member, so there is definitely a passed over family member that's involved. So that's that angry ancestor. But going back, yeah, to when I picked up, somebody could find out, that, yeah, like a family member has passed away. So that could be, what somebody, tries to use. My family member has passed away, and this, that, and the third, and that could be true, But I feel like like whoever this is, like they've already crossed somebody, they've already lied, they've done, enough for somebody to know, like regardless, like keep them at arm's length because like they can't be trusted. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, when it comes to, like somebody picking up on this before, like they could do it, the power of discernment. So somebody, has already discerned, the spirits of some people. Yeah, they're demons. They're walking around with demons, or there's some people that's not right. So I feel like somebody just needs to know that, continue, to use your discernment at this time. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Because I feel like somebody, is going to try to use every excuse as to why, like somebody, like should let them in, or why somebody, should like, give them a second chance, or why somebody, like should, like forgive them. And I feel like, it's okay for somebody to forgive somebody, and it's okay for somebody to tell somebody, like stay positive, keep your head up. I feel like, there's somebody, like they didn't like, when somebody told them the first time to stay positive, to keep their head up. So that's giving me, now somebody's in the freak around and find out energy, So now somebody's about to freak around and find out. But going back to, like that witch energy. So, somebody could be about to freak around and find out, what happens, when you try to do whatever spell work, voodoo, witchcraft, or whatever they do against, an earth angel. Against somebody, that, is staying in their place, running their race. Yep. But somebody, is being told to, trust, like their intuition, and, continue to, use your gift of discernment. Because something good is on its way to you. But there are people, that, they can feel it. That something good is on its way to somebody. And so, there's people, that's going to be like, I just want to be your friend again. Oh, yeah, can we link up again? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, because there's some trust that has been irreparably broken. I'm also picking up, too, that, like, there could be some people, that could be like, well, they could be trying to communicate with somebody. You know what? Let me tell you what they did and woo yada yada. But at the end of the day, who cares what they did? The fact of the matter is, you have outgrown them. If whoever that is, would have stayed away or would have listened, maybe, the person wouldn't have got a chance to do what they did to them. It's a big debacle. It's a big mess. Yeah. Yep. And whoever this message is resonating with, just know that you are in control, especially when it comes to, creating positive change. And so with that being said, something, we talked about, like somebody wanting some type of control. I feel like when it comes to, like a conversation, like you are in control. You know what I mean? You are in control when it comes to, like, the way that a conversation is going to go. So, instead of you feeding the fire, you tell them, stay positive, you know what I mean? Keep your head up. Yeah. I feel like that too, you know what I mean? Somebody has already done it. So it goes back, to, like somebody rejecting, as a part of their protection. So, so somebody, again, in that F around and found out energy. But I feel like that they've been in this energy, It goes back to, somebody ignoring somebody's no. So, they're about to F around and find out. Yep. And somebody, is being told, to remember, to fuel your body mindfully. Yep. But when it comes to the angry ancestor that came out, they came out for a reason, because the trash will be taken out for you. There could be somebody, that like they could have been over promising and under delivering, so services, to which, they were over promising, that they could take somebody down, and they under delivered. Many people are mad at them. Many people, could be mad at somebody, because, like one person, like caused all of this to take place. So now there's other people, they can't get what they need from somebody, they can't get their, their refill, you know what I mean? They can't get their fill up, anymore. But many people definitely, could be mad, and it has something to do with, like a passed over family member. So, But there could be people that could be mad because, yeah, like they could find out, you know, yeah, like what has been, you know, like taking place. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, when it comes to, yeah, like whoever these people are, you know, everything that they were doing, yeah, they really, yeah, were trying to interfere with God's work. So, yeah, 1, don't allow them. 2, you already picked up on it. 3, don't allow them. 4, they're going to try it again. 5, and they about to F around and find out. Yeah, whoever this is, yeah, they're dealing with nothing but problems. This is somebody or people that, yeah, like they have caused nothing but problems, or yeah, they're just gonna cause nothing but problems. So yeah, why would you reattach the cord? You know what I mean? Why would you even, yeah, think about, you know, yeah, giving a second chance? Why would you even think about, you know, yeah, like, you know, getting back with whoever this is, or, you know, yeah, yeah, you can love them from a distance. Yeah. Somebody, you know, could be digging in somebody's trash. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a Y. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody just needs to know that the trash will be taken out. And somebody's being told, yeah, to continue to be unshakable, continue to be resilient. Somebody, you know, definitely, yeah, would benefit, you know, like with cleansing, you know, like their energy. Whoever these people are that, yeah, like they've been trying to interfere with God's work, you know what I mean? They don't see, you know, like their wrongdoings, you know? Yeah, whoever this is, they're stuck in the matrix. So whoever this is, they like to be controlled, or you know what I mean? Yeah, like whoever this is, yeah, like in their mind, they're in control, but yeah, like that's their mind, you know, like playing tricks on them. You know what I mean? They're really not in control. I feel like somebody is very unstable mentally, so I feel like somebody just needs to, yeah, yeah, like be aware. Yep. And it fell on the floor. Yeah. Snapped. Mental breakdown. So somebody definitely, yeah, could snap. Somebody, you know, could be in, yeah, this mental breakdown energy. But yeah, you know, like Snapped, it's a TV show, you know, and y'all know what they be doing on that show. So yeah, be aware. But I feel like because somebody, you know, has, you know, like, yeah, like already picked up on some stuff, you know what I mean? Now, yeah, like somebody, you know, could try, you know, plan B, but their plan B is to try to get sympathy or empathy, you know what I mean? Yes, they want a pity party. So, yeah, be aware. Somebody, you know, could be about to receive a business proposition, or somebody, you know, yeah, they accepted some type of, you know, like business proposition, but it could have been fake, and so it goes back to the bad deal. So somebody took some type of bad deal. There could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they want to, you know, try to, you know, like bring, you know, like, yeah, like some type of business proposition to somebody. But this is somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they could have already had a chance, you know, to start a business with somebody. They could have already had a chance, you know, to, yeah, create something, you know, like successful with somebody. What else, Holy Spirit? Yeah. There definitely could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they could have a mental breakdown. They could literally snap. Because, yeah, they're refusing to move on. Yeah, whoever this is, they're toxic. So, yeah, the toxic trash will be taken out. Somebody, could be trying to communicate with somebody through music. Somebody definitely, could be held in contempt of court. We got Angel Gabriel. So Angel Gabriel definitely, is bringing messages, bringing somebody messages straight from, the Most High God. So it goes back to, like, pay attention to what you're watching, pay attention, like, to what you're listening to. So somebody, could be trying to, communicate with through music, you know what I mean? And like, somebody don't listen to that music no more, you know what I mean? So somebody not getting their communication through, or just be aware, if you're, like, listening to, like, a certain type of music, you know what I mean? The message in the music, the devil is in the details, the devil, it's in everything, you know what I mean? Music, TV shows, social media channels, the food, Yep. But there is an unexpected turn that definitely is about to take place, and I feel like, when somebody receives the downloads, you know what I mean, the messages, that they're about to receive, that's when an unexpected turn is going to take place. There definitely, were people, that, like, they were trying to block somebody's manifestations. So karma is a bitch. So there's somebody or some people that, they're getting karma. These are people, that, like, they could feel left behind. But the fact of the matter is, you have outgrown it. So whoever keeps, saying, "Oh, I feel left behind. Oh, I feel left out." We'll find where you get in, where you fit in and get in. Yeah. Yeah. There's a jealous karmic that definitely, is watching somebody. This literally, could be on social media, This could be, physically, I don't know, for somebody, like, somebody, could get, like, caught by, like, the law, like, watching and stalking somebody. I don't know. Whoever this is, they could be, like, spewing out threats, spewing out ultimatums, or something about, like, there's somebody, that, like, they want a second chance with somebody, and, like, they have a jealous karmic, you know what I mean, like, on their heels, or they have a jealous karmic, that, like, has been watching you, you know what I mean, so they could have walked away from whoever this is. I don't know, but I feel like somebody, I don't like the snapped mental breakdown energy. Because there definitely is somebody that's in denial about the state of a relationship. We did see a toxic masculine. So this could be the jealous karmic that's watching somebody, or it's a toxic masculine, it's a jealous karmic. I don't know. Or there's a toxic masculine that has a jealous karmic watching somebody. So they didn't put this person in the energy of, competition. But whoever this is, they can't compete where they can't compare. There's people that are in denial about the state of a relationship. So there definitely could be somebody that thinks that like they have a chance with somebody, or there is somebody that like somebody could have already like ended something with and they think that they're still with somebody. I don't know, but whatever's going on, it's coming to an end. You're being freed from whatever this is. Continue to have unwavering self-belief, you know what I mean? Continue to believe in yourself, continue to believe in what you believe in. But there's also people that have been trying to interfere with God's work. So there is somebody that somebody is destined to reunite with, and so there were people that that were trying to interfere, you know what I mean, with somebody being reunited with somebody. These people they don't see no wrongdoing, you know what I mean, they just think I don't know what they think. I feel like that they don't think, you know what I mean, they just make quick decisions, and it leads to their downfall. Now somebody or some people could be swallowing their pride. So this destined to reunite, this could be like that fated event. But I'm also picking up too that, yeah, like, you know, like if there is somebody that has crossed somebody, lied to somebody, you know, lied on somebody, yeah, like I feel like yeah, like whoever this is, they're being made, you know, to, yeah, like come back across somebody, you know, because that's what this Destined to Reunite with somebody is giving me. Like, yeah, like they're going to have to face, you know, yeah, like the person that they attacked. They're going to have to face the person that they stole from. They're going to have to face the person that they lied to and lied on. And they possibly, yeah, know it. That's why they're swallowing their pride. But I'm also picking up too that there is somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they could be swallowing their pride because, yeah, they definitely, yeah, you know, could be realizing that, yeah, like they basically, yeah, were, you know, like stopping, you know, like their own destiny from being fulfilled. But somebody, you know, could also be swallowing their pride because of some video proof. Somebody, you know, could have video proof of something. Or somebody, you know, could be trying to get video proof of something. But there is video proof of something. So maybe somebody, you know, is threatening somebody, you know, yeah, to show some type of video proof of something. Of what somebody, you know, has been doing. But either way it goes, whatever, you know, yeah, has been hidden, or whatever facts, you know, have not been known about some stuff, yeah, there are some facts that definitely, yeah, will be made known. If somebody, you know, is on social media, whatever somebody does on social media, yeah, there's people that know that somebody, you know, has facts about some stuff. There's people that, yeah, like that know that somebody, you know, yeah, has, you know, like, yeah, like receipts, has information, you know what I'm saying? So there could be people that could be trying to stop, you know, somebody, you know, from revealing some information, or stop, you know, like a secret, you know, from, yeah, coming out. But yeah, it's coming out. But when it comes, you know, to, yeah, whatever, you know, like is going on, yeah, remember what God told you. You have outgrown this, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're going, you know, to a new level in life, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when it comes to, you know, yeah, like somebody, you know, receiving downloads or messages, you know, like straight from God, yeah, somebody just needs to remember, yeah, what God told you. It could be too that, yeah, like the Most High God could have told somebody, like, look, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, whoever, you know, yeah, has been doing this, you know what I mean? Whoever's been trying to interfere with my work, yeah, I'm gonna hold them accountable, you know what I mean? Whether they know what they're doing or not, you know what I mean? Because they're interfering with, yeah, my work, what I got going on, you know, my plan. Yeah, there is somebody or some people that definitely, yeah, they've been running from the truth. But it goes back to, yeah, like somebody, you know, feeling left behind. So, yeah, why you feel left behind? Because you ain't figured out, you know, yeah, like your niche. You ain't figured out, you know, yeah, like where you know, fit in, you know. You haven't figured out, you know, yeah, what your creativity, where you're creative at, you know what I mean? Yeah, you haven't figured out how to be productive. You wouldn't if you laying on the couch all day. That's for somebody, not everybody. Or yeah, there's somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they have degree, you know what I mean? But yeah, like they can't, you know, they could have a good job too, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, yeah, like they're not happy, you know what I mean, in that job, or they're not happy in that career. Yeah, it's because, you know, one, they haven't figured out, you know, what their purpose is. Yeah, like their purpose might not be to be a psychologist, because, yeah, you just have the knowledge, you know what I mean? You don't have, you know, yeah, the wisdom, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if somebody come in there, you know, in this snap mental breakdown energy, what you gonna do? If you ain't never experienced somebody snapped or having a mental breakdown, you know what I mean? Or if you haven't experienced it yourself, what you gonna do? I feel like that there are people mad because, yeah, like somebody knows their place and they're running their race, you know what I mean? Somebody knows what they're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? That's a part of why some people are mad. But somebody definitely, yeah, could have some type of legal issues going on, because there definitely is a lawyer that has been caught in a web of lies. So maybe that's what somebody's going to try to use as well. You know what I mean? Try to come in with that small talk. Well, you know, the lawyer was involved with the lies, and, you know. And I mean, that could be true. But yeah, what they want you to do. What does this, whoever this is, what do they want you to do besides, yeah, feed their ego, you know what I mean? Refill their energy, you know what I mean? Refill their plate, you know, refill their cup. And it ain't happening. Because, yeah, you've been divinely guided out. So, yeah, you cut the cord. So, yeah, boom, bam. So there is somebody that refuses to move on after somebody, has been divinely guided out to, focus on, themselves, to focus on, their passions, to focus on their creativity, their productivity, to, focus on having a relationship with the Most High God, focusing on, like getting their life right, focus on, aligning, like their mind, their body, and their spirit. So, yeah, they wanted to be in the mess around and find out energy. So, yeah. So, yeah. There's multiple people that definitely, could be being spiritually lined up. So it goes back to, God, somebody remember what God said, God said, I'll get your vengeance. Don't you worry about it. God said, you physically and emotionally drained, I'll take care of it. God, yeah, we got Aries, so you could be an Aries or have Aries in your chart. But yeah, we are in Aries season. So somebody, could be being divinely guided out now. And I feel like somebody's one of the reasons why somebody's being divinely guided out is because there's a lot of people that definitely they smile up in somebody's face, but they really want to take somebody's place. They want to have control. You know what I mean? They want to be looked at in the way that somebody is being looked at. But I feel like somebody has put in the work. You know what I mean? For like somebody to be being looked at in the way that they're being looked at. Yeah. Somebody's been divinely guided out because there's somebody's a master energy drainer out here, or somebody we saw the witch, so I don't know, somebody was definitely draining somebody's energy, but it's giving me like people like draining somebody's energy, but I feel like it's one person that they've been trying to drain somebody's energy. We got a divine masculine, so you could be a divine masculine, or this is about a divine masculine. We got a karmic partner, so somebody's karmic jealous karmic partner is watching somebody. So it's supposed to be divine masculine and like a karmic partner. Yeah. Somebody definitely is having actual thoughts about somebody. Or there's multiple people that could be having actual thoughts about somebody. I feel like that there is somebody, that like they be listening to music, they be watching stuff, and they be thinking actually about somebody. But we're talking about an earth angel here. People trying to interfere with God's work. Somebody definitely could have told somebody or some people, about, like their relationship, with somebody, or like, like their interactions with somebody. And I feel like that there's people, that like they're thinking somebody, about somebody in ways that they shouldn't be thinking about somebody. But regardless, of like what somebody, has been telling people, I feel like that, it don't take away the fact that it's all trash and it's all gonna be taken out. Somebody's just being told, to like keep their business to themselves. Cause your happiness definitely, it's driving people crazy. But there could be somebody, that could be coming in with small talk because like they could be trying to leech off of somebody. But if a man don't work, they don't eat. You've already outgrown leeches. You know what I mean? You figure out how to deal with leeches. You put that salt on them. You know what I'm saying? Something about salt is significant. And you're also out here changing the game by breaking chains. So there's people that like they don't want to work, but they want to eat. So there's people that are realizing that if they don't work, they don't eat. You know what I mean? If they want to lay on the couch all day, then that's their problem. And so it goes back to people saying somebody lacks empathy or whatever. It ain't the fact that somebody lacks empathy. It's true. It's true. So what is anybody supposed to do about a person that lays on the couch all day and then expects to eat? Who would have empathy, sympathy or compassion for somebody like that? I don't know one person. It's like get up and do something. But like you could commit crimes though. You know what I mean? You could, yeah, do negative stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, like you can't do nothing positive for yourself, and then you want to come in somebody else's positive energy and try to drain them of their positive energy. Nah. Yeah, somebody's just being told no matter what, stay focused and continue to positively move forward. Because yeah, there is somebody, some people, they should have known when to walk away. Uh-huh. Mm-mm. Mm. You could be seeing the angel number 777. Yeah. Somebody definitely is going to receive some good news, and it has something to do with, yeah, finances. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and whoever these people are, yeah, they were trying to steal somebody's joy, you know what I mean? They were trying to steal somebody's happiness. They're trying to steal somebody's peace. Uh-huh. The fact of the matter is, yeah, whoever, you know, like these people are, it goes back, you know, to, yeah, you know, when I picked up on somebody, you know, was like, you know, did you try God? Did you try praying? And yeah, like they didn't try God, they didn't try praying, they didn't try to do nothing but, yeah, do evil, you know what I mean? Send evil eye, be envious and jealous, you know? And then yeah, they mad because yeah, like nothing is going right in their life. Yeah. They should have trusted in God instead of trying to figure it out on their own. Uh-huh. Yeah. And whoever, you know, like this message is resonating with, yeah, like these people could be about to, yeah, receive some insight that, yeah, like you were being used as an example of what God can do. So with that being said, yeah, you trusted in God instead of trying to figure stuff out on your own. And that's why, you know, yeah, like you're in the position that you're in. That's why, you know, yeah, like you're being looked at in the way, you know, that, yeah, like you're being looked at. Uh-huh. Mm. Mm. Yeah, there definitely is. Somebody or some people they could be suffering in silence. I feel like that there's people, you know, that yeah, like they could have left somebody in suffering, you know what I mean? And so yeah, like somebody, you know, suffered, you know, and it could have been in silence, but at the end of the day, yeah, somebody, you know, yeah, they knew, you know, that yeah, like suffering, you know, was a part of, you know, yeah, like them, you know, like going through, you know, what they had to, you know, go through in order to get to, you know, yeah, what they're about to get to. Uh-huh. Yeah, these are people that ain't never suffered, you know what I mean? So yeah, somebody, you know, now they're suffering and now, you know, yeah, they want, you know, the whole world to stop. You know what I mean? To stop because they're suffering, or because, you know, yeah, like they're not getting their way, because they can't control, you know, the narrative, or because, you know, yeah, it's everything is out of control now, so woe is me. Because whoever, you know, like this message resonate with, the reason why you're being used as an example of what God can do, because yeah, you done already been through the mud, you done already been through the tornadoes and the hurricanes, you know what I mean? You done already been through. So yeah, if they don't look at you as an example, then okay, oh well. Uh-huh. But I'm also picking up too that somebody possibly, yeah, could be realizing, you know, that yeah, like they, you know, yeah, were being used as an example of what God can do. You know what I mean? But yeah, like they could have, you know, they want you know, like standing upright, you know. They were following the crowd, you know, they were doing, you know, what everybody else did, you know. Yeah, they were trying to, you know, yeah, they did, you know, they tried to figure everything out on their own, or they trusted in man, they trusted in, you know, yeah, other people instead of, yeah, trusting in God. Uh-huh. And they wonder why, yeah, they're suffering in silence. You could be seeing the angel number 706. Yeah, just know that you are being applauded for having courage to live your spiritual truth. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yeah, somebody, yeah, like they want to leech off of somebody, you know what I mean? Because somebody, yeah, they could have, a new job. They could have a new home, Yeah, whatever, yeah, they were trying to, yeah, like leech off of somebody about, it ain't gonna work. Yeah. And so somebody, coming in with small talk, they possibly, could want to apologize. But, yeah, like they're only sorry that they got caught. Somebody also, yeah, whoever jealous karmic is watching somebody, yeah, like they got caught watching somebody. Uh-huh. 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 I don't know. Somebody, could have gotten caught, yeah, whoever this is has been having sexual thoughts about somebody. They could have gotten caught, yeah, like, pressuring themselves to somebody. Ooh. So something about, yeah, some video proof. Somebody, got caught on video doing something. But yeah, whoever these people are, yeah, they should have stopped when they had the chance. Now they're in too deep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somebody, yeah, trying to leech off of somebody, leech off of somebody's energy, leech off of, yeah, somebody's money, leech off of somebody's time, yeah, not realizing that, yeah, like, it ain't free. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you want to be up in somebody's energy, yeah, it costs, It costs to be the boss, is what I just heard. So, yeah, whoever wanted to be the boss, you know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't realize, that, yeah, it costs. So, yeah, you ain't just going to lay on the couch thinking that you're going to be a boss. Uh-huh. Yep, we got Leo season. So something, could have taken place in Leo season. So something, has been going on since Leo season. Or something, yeah, could happen, like by Leo season. We got feel like all hope is gone or all hope is lost. So somebody, yeah, somebody, yeah, they done lost hope. They done lost faith. You know what I mean? Let me not say faith because I don't feel like somebody had faith. Because if they had faith, then they, yeah, at least would have, like tried God. You know what I mean? Yeah, they tried figuring stuff out on their own, and that's why they're in the position that they're in. Then they try to, yeah, put an earth angel in the middle, or yeah, yeah. Somebody's disorganized lifestyle leads to, yeah, some self-exposure out here. So it goes back to, yeah, they've been exposed to some exposure. So guess what? They should have stopped when they had the chance. So this is like, yeah, like somebody, being up in somebody's energy, not knowing, that, yeah, like somebody's energy exposes people. So, yeah, don't be fooled by their words. So somebody definitely, yeah, is coming in with small talk. Don't be fooled. This is somebody, that, yeah, they could possibly come in, yes, with fake news, trying to lie. Or, yeah, somebody wasn't fooled by somebody's word. So it goes back to somebody, like picking up on some stuff before, yeah, like they could do it. I don't know. There could be somebody that definitely, yeah, could be battling a disease. But, yeah, we did see health issues. I did pick up on, yeah, something about cancer. Something about, yeah, like somebody, being caught on video, and it has something to do with, yeah, like a disease. But we have actual thoughts. So I don't know. But it goes back to somebody telling somebody, like, look, stay positive. Keep your head up. Yeah, because, yeah, there is some truth that's about to be exposed in a very unconventional way. So somebody definitely, yeah, they could have gotten exposed, you know what I mean, to something. And so, yeah, it leads to exposure. But I feel like whoever this is, they should have stayed out of somebody's energy, or they should have, yeah, like, took the warning seriously or something like that. So this is like somebody telling somebody, yeah, you need to, use actual protection. And somebody's like, oh, I've been doing this for years and I ain't never caught nothing. And all of a sudden, yeah, they catch something. Yeah, but we have end of a cycle. So, yeah, there's the end of a cycle. For somebody. Yeah. Being freed from this. Being freed of, yeah, some type of toxic energy that's lurking. They just want somebody, to have a disease so bad. We got an ex's family member. So somebody's ex's family members, could be involved. No, we got jail, no bail. So somebody, yeah, could be in jail. Somebody possibly, yeah, they don't have no bail. Or that's what's about to, yeah, like take place. Somebody, could get locked up. But it has something to do with, yeah, some video proof of some stuff. I don't know. Somebody, yeah, could have, got a disease, from being locked up. But if that's the case, I feel like that, yeah, if it's an actual disease, then yeah. What you mean? What you mean? Anything else, Holy Spirit? I'm also picking up too the, yeah, like somebody, yeah, like they only sorry that they got caught in their lies as well. Yeah. There's a control freak. So whoever this is, yeah, they're a control freak, or they were trying to control, you know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to control somebody, trying to control people, trying to control, yeah, I don't know. Trying to control the narrative, you know what I mean? Trying to control, the way that somebody, like looks, to other people, But yeah, whoever this is, yeah, they were trying to control, yeah, a secret from coming out. That they were trying to, stop the truth, from, yeah, being exposed. But yeah, they were exposed to exposure. So yeah, whoever this is, yeah, like they were exposed to something, and yeah, like they decided to keep coming for somebody or keep trying to be in somebody's energy. And so yeah, that could be how, yeah, like the truth is exposed in a very unconventional way. But yeah, whoever this is, they have to live with this for the rest of their life. Yep. And a lot of people definitely, yeah, are concerned about this situation. But whoever this is, yeah, they have compulsive repetitive behaviors. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yep. We got the abundance card that came out. So somebody, could be about to, yeah, receive some abundance out here. But this is also giving me too, yeah, like somebody, yeah, gossiping, you know what I mean? Spreading fake news, spreading fake lies, yeah. And it has something to do with, yeah, some money. Or yeah, like somebody, yeah, like they thought that they were gonna cash in, but it goes back to, yeah, the leech. So yeah, they wanted to leech. I feel like somebody leeched off of the wrong person, you know what I mean? Yeah, they laid down with the wrong person, you know what I mean? And yeah, they done got up with something that they ain't gonna get rid of. Yeah, that's for somebody, not everybody. But yeah, there's people that have been finger pointing, you know what I mean, trying to, yeah, blame storm. Who can they blame? Yeah, and I feel like they try to blame the wrong one. Yeah, cause yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, has been sleeping with the devil. So yeah, what you think happens? This is like sleeping with Jezebel. Yeah, yeah, what you think happens? So yeah, they got to live with this for the rest of their life. Yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, could have sexuality issues. So yeah, somebody, could be gay. Somebody, could be a lesbian. Could be bisexual, or yeah, could be a transgender. Something about, yeah, somebody having video proof, of, yeah, like somebody sleeping with somebody. But there's a lot of, yeah, fake news and a lot of lies that have been spread. And I feel like there are somebody or some people that, yeah, like they should have stopped, when they had the chance. Now they're too deep in their lies. Yep. And now, yeah, people are blame storming, trying to figure out, yeah, like who else they can blame. Because, yeah, they already blamed the wrong one. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yeah. I feel like the one that is responsible is a gold digger that's been digging for gold. Mm-hmm. So it's the person, like they thought was, like their, counterpart. Yeah, it was just a karmic partner. Is a karmic soulmate. And now that battle and the disease came out, that further lets me know, somebody definitely could pass away. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like so whoever this is, like like the person, like they laid down with, sleeping with the devil. They could be a witch. Or somebody, could be a warlock. Somebody's first middle last name could start with an N. Somebody definitely, could be from New York. Or something about a YN. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody, could have thought that they hit the spiritual jackpot. But I feel like whoever, like this message is for, you're about to hit the spiritual jackpot. We do have the abundance out here. Yeah. And so, just know that your health is your wealth. So, you've outgrown this. Rejection is your protection. If somebody or people, they try to come towards somebody with their hand out, the answer is no. Yeah, somebody needs to continue to be the dreamer and the doer that they are. Yeah. Somebody is a dreamer and a doer. Yep. There also is somebody that definitely, is trying to get somebody to repeat a karmic cycle. Yeah, the answer is no. Mm. Yeah, this is like somebody saying, that like they're finally single. But what does that mean? Go find somebody that match your energy. But whoever like this message is resonating with, going back to that angry ancestor, you do have a spiritual ally. So just know that. But you could have been, like somebody's spiritual ally, and they didn't look at it as that way. Going back to, you were being used as an example of what God can do. Somebody definitely needs to be aware too, because there's somebody that definitely, they could have been trying to, like come in, and put somebody in like in a fake relationship, or that's what already has taken place. And so, with that being said, they should have quit when they, had the chance. Now they're in too deep. Whoever this is, they're trapped in a cycle of negativity. So why would you be trapped when you, are being freed from this? Why would you repeat a cycle? You know what I mean? When you're, like, because why would you, repeat a cycle when, you're being freed from it? Somebody also, could be trying to get somebody, like to sign some type of paperwork out here. So, I don't know. I keep seeing the mother card, so somebody's mother could be involved. But there's some people that, they're neglecting their personal health and well-being. One, to watch you. Two, because, that's all they know. But somebody definitely, they got caught, like neglecting, like their personal health and the well-being of themselves, like their kids, because I just saw CPS, so something about CPS getting involved. So somebody's ancestors are coming in like a wrecking ball. Whoever this is, they're facing major challenges. But it goes back, to like somebody, they want the crown, you know what I mean? They want the throne, whoever this is, it smiles up in your face, but they really want to take your place. And then when they have to, stand in the fire. Oh no, they can't stand in the fire, but they can definitely, throw gasoline. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yeah. Whoever, this message is resonating with, yeah, you face many, many hardships, and yeah, you've made it out. So guess what? They dug their grave, and now they have to, figure out how to get out of it. But I don't feel like that they, are going to be able to get out of whatever this is. If there is somebody, that, like, it's still, because we have no and yes and no out here. So there is somebody, that, like, they really are in denial about the set of relationship. This is somebody, that somebody, could have broke up to make up with, broke up to make up with. Yeah, it's time for somebody to release them completely, So this is like, whoever this is, regardless if, I don't know, but yeah, release them completely. But I feel like there is somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah, like they're still, like trying to stay attached to somebody. And so, because they're trying to stay attached to somebody, things are happening, when it comes to, like them, but it's also happening to other people that they're attached to is also what I'm picking up. But whoever, like this message is resonating with, you could be picking up on this person, and you could be picking up on, like other people's energy. Somebody, could try to invite somebody to travel with them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yeah, there's a corrupt law official involved. So something about, a lawyer caught up in a web of lies, a corrupt law official, or that's something, that somebody's going to try to, like use, to try to get some type of empathy or sympathy or compassion. But I mean, it could be, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, tell them to stay positive. Tell them to keep their head up. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Yep, because somebody's life is about to be restored. Somebody's going through a restoration of life. Yep. So somebody just needs to be aware, because somebody definitely, they're trying to, use somebody's sacral chakra, you know what I mean? To, like get somebody off balance, you know what I mean? So, trying to use, SEX or, like trying to, link up, with somebody, let's create a business together. It's just to destroy. We know what the devil comes to do: kill, steal, and destroy. Somebody already has been sleeping with the devil. So, that's the energy that somebody, was in. But regardless, these are people that, they've been trying to interfere with God's work. And so somebody's going to definitely, try to come towards somebody, and it's to tempt somebody. But in the Bible, it talks about, Jesus being tempted, like more than once. As a matter of fact, when Jesus was in the garden, Jesus was tempted 3 times. So, third time, it's probably, the last time that somebody's going to do it. So I feel like that somebody, they just need to, pay attention to their intuition, trust their intuition, pay attention, to, like their discernment, the discernment, is very important at this time, especially, within the next 3 days. So, as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.